Go ahead and get comfortable, however you get comfortable, sitting up, laying down, whatever is totally fine. I'm just gonna sit back a little bit myself. And go ahead and take a couple of deep breaths, and let's start out with um, trying to really release some just kind of like tension in our body. So when we breathe in, we'll just start doing this automatically. We breathe in and just kind of like tighten your hands, kind of clench your hands and tighten your muscles when you breathe in. And then when you breathe out, just really be like, okay, my hands are open. I'm making myself relax. Just relax. And do it again. Breathe in a nice slow breath in, but just really like, clench your hands again, kind of tighten your muscles, whether it's in your legs or in your chest, your belly. You can kind of even like clench your jaw if you want. And then exhale. And then just feel as you're relaxing that tension and that tightness that you put there on purpose. As you're relaxing your muscles, you just let everything relax and kind of melt as you exhale. Now the next breath, instead of purposely tightening, keep relaxed, okay? And then with the next breath, breathe in. And as you're breathing in, just kind of observe and say, oh wait, there's that little place right there. I'm kind of still, that's tensed up. I need to relax my jaw a little bit. So just kind of identify in the inhale. And then as you exhale, go ahead and release. Relax the jaw, relax the forehead, relax the belly, the back, whatever it is. And just feel that tension just kind of melting out with the exhale. Okay, another breath in, breathing in, and just identify any areas that feel off or slightly tense. And then exhale, really releasing in those areas of tension or tightness. And breathe in again. And when you exhale, make sure that your shoulders are dropped. You're not doing this. You're just letting your shoulders drop. Your neck is elongated. Your head is, nice and straight. Okay, breathe in again. And as you exhale, kind of straighten your spine a little bit to where you feel like all the vertebra, everything is just kind of lining back up as it should be. Now another breath in. And exhale, feeling every last little vertebra kind of straighten and line up in your spine, and feel that you're really either settled into your hips or your lower back if you're sitting up, or if you're laying down, just feel that everything is just kind of nice and flat and aligned. Okay, breathe in again, nice, slow, deep breath. And exhale, feeling that now you have almost like the thoughts that you have, little energy, like droplets, that's just all kind of settling down around you with the exhale. So breathe in again. And as you exhale, let even more kind of peripheral thoughts or energy or anything that's just kind of kinetic around you, just let it settle off to the side, off to the periphery, kind of settle down. And take another breath in, feeling more silence, more clarity, more, more of a clear energy as you breathe in. And exhale, still feeling those final last little thoughts or energy droplets just kind of drifting off to the side and kind of drifting down to the floor. Okay, with the next few breaths, and I'll just let you kind of take those naturally and organically, but with the next few breaths, just feel how much clearer you are energetically, mentally, physically. Just take a few breaths and just kind of enjoy that ebb and flow of the breath. Just feeling that you feel less full. Okay. Okay, very good. And so make sure that your hands are just, relaxed either at your side or in your lap. Your palms are open. Make any final little adjustments that you need to make just to feel like you're very settled in and very relaxed. And just focus on the breath, breathing in and out, just feeling that breath just rolling in and filling up your belly and your lungs. And then you exhale and just relax your body. Just kind of follow that flow, breathing in and out, in and out. And let's go ahead and imagine that we are focusing on or looking down on the very top of our head for a moment. And if it's helpful to kind of be inside of your head, inside your body, and kind of scanning down, you can do that. Or you can imagine that you're kind of looking down, at yourself sitting or lying there and just looking at the top of your head, whatever works. And I want you to imagine that there's some sort of a light, maybe coming from the sky, from the universe, in whatever color you want it to be. But just imagine that light is just kind of shining on the top of your head. And not only do you see the light shining on the top of your head, but you can maybe feel its radiance. It might have, kind of a calming energy. It could be slightly warming and comforting. Whatever comes to you is perfect. But just let that light shine down on your head and just start to slowly move down your body so you feel that light and see that light moving over your forehead and down over the back of your skull and down over your cheekbones and your nose and your mouth and your chin. And that light moves down over the base of your skull, down the back of your neck, over your throat, moving down over your shoulders, your collarbones, your shoulder blades, sweeping down your arms, over your forearms, the inside of your elbow, your hands, your fingers. And then that light moves down over your chest and your middle back. And you can let that light just kind of sweep over you, or you can let it kind of, permeate and soak in to your body, whatever feels right. But just allow that light to continue to move down over your chest and your waist and your belly and your spine and your lower back, and all the way down over your hips and your pelvis, your thighs, all the way down to your knees, your shins, your calves, all the way down to your ankles and your feet and your toes, and underneath your feet, the ball and the heel and the arch of your foot. And just allow that light to just kind of encircle you. It can be another layer of energy. It can kind of, soak in and kind of hold you in that universal light. But just take a few breaths with that light surrounding you, and that light soothing you and protecting you and balancing your body and your mind and your energy. And as you take a few breaths in and out, feeling that energy, all around you, just kind of surrounding you, see if the breath feels even clearer, or see if your energy feels lighter as you have that assistance of that universal energy that is completely surrounding your body. And if there's any part of your body that feels discomfort, if you have any, aches or pains, anything discomforting, you can let that universal light, that energy, kind of send it to that space and let it kind of swirl around and send some healing energy to wherever you may need that. Okay, and still kind of being held in that universal light, let us imagine that this universal light now not only is a light and is maybe a color that has come to you, but there is a kind of a viscosity that comes to it. Let the energy become kind of liquid-like, okay? And you can still, of course, breathe. You can still move in this energy, but it starts to feel very fluid and very flowy energy around you. And you can imagine even that you maybe kind of move a little bit. You can move your hands, or your feet within this membrane, or this liquid membrane of energy, and kind of feel your physical body kind of moving around in this liquid energy. And notice what other senses you're picking up. Does this energy, this kind of fluid energy, does it have a certain temperature? Does it feel kind of, cool and refreshing? Or is it just like a warm, comforting, kind of like being in a warm bath or being in, a ray of sunshine? Like, what is the temperature of this liquid energy that is completely surrounding you? And also, if there are any other senses that you pick up on, whether it is an aroma or a taste, or even a feeling, right? Is it very slick? Is it kind of thick like honey or syrup? Just kind of play in this energy just for a moment and just see what it feels like and what your senses pick up. Okay, and still being held in this energy bubble, this kind of liquid, flowy, universal light energy, still being held in that. I want you to imagine that you are now completely encircled in almost like a water droplet, okay? That this energy has kind of merged into a beautiful, full droplet of liquid. And you can kind of see through it, okay? You can see through it, and maybe it kind of makes everything else in your environment kind of have, a certain curve or an iridescence or radiance to it, because you're kind of looking through this liquid energy. But I want you to allow yourself to feel very, very safe and very supported and protected in this droplet of energy. Some of you might even feel that it's almost like being in utero, right? It's kind of just being suspended in this fluid. But I want you to now imagine that as you're held in this droplet of universal light, of this liquid universal energy, that as you're held in this droplet, that this droplet is now sitting in the center of a flower. Okay, the center of a flower. And there are many petals to this flower that extend from the middle of the flower, and you are just a droplet of liquid, of water or rain or, universal light, just a droplet of water sitting on the center of this flower with many petals, and it's whatever color comes to mind, okay? And as you your awareness is just kind of sitting on this flower, in the middle of this little droplet of liquid. And as you look out from your vantage point, from the middle of this flower, you see hundreds and thousands of other flowers in the field, completely surrounding you, and multitudes of colors and different varieties of flowers. And maybe as you look out in this beautiful field of flowers, you see, the flowers kind of swaying, in a very light breeze. And maybe the rays of sunshine are shining down on them. And maybe you see, little bees, honey bees, or butterflies kind of landing on flower to flower, getting the pollen, getting nectar. Maybe you even see a hummingbird, right? So from this beautiful protective little droplet of liquid in the center of your own very flower, just look out as far as you can see in this very expansive field of wildflowers. And as you look out in this expansive field of wildflowers and see the amazing beauty and diversity and all of these flowers and the little insects that are, kind of going from flower to flower, start to see the sun up in the sky start to move down. And this is going to be kind of an accelerated sunset. And so as the sun in the sky starts to move down towards the horizon, you see the sky above go from a beautiful crisp blue to start to get beautiful ribbons of light in it from the sunset. And the sun moves down quicker and farther down towards the horizon, and even more brilliant colors of purples and pinks and blues, are all across the sky as the sun is setting. And the sun begins to set along the horizon and dips down below the horizon with the last, beautiful rays of gold and orange and red. And then the sun dips down, and then you start to see stars start to come out as the sun goes down, and more stars begin to appear, and the night sky becomes darker and more, like a royal navy blue. And the stars come out even more and more. And as you stare up into the sky, you are again amazed at the multitude of stars that you see appearing before you. And as you look and kind of scan the night sky and maybe feel the coolness of the air, and maybe all the buzzing of the little bees and the insects is quieted down because it's nighttime now. And as you kind of look up at the sky and you see the stars, see maybe how stars are twinkling, or maybe light seems to be pulsating from, one, and start to notice how the colors, they're not all just white, they're not just yellow or gold. You might see little pulses of pink or blue as you look into the night sky. And still settled into your little orb, your little droplet of water, I want you to imagine that you very gently pull the petals of the flower in towards you and in around you, and kind of tuck yourself in and wrap yourself in inside of this flower. And suddenly everything is very quiet and everything is very muffled, and it feels so peaceful and so calm to be held in that little droplet of liquid energy, and then be held inside this flower in this very soft center of the flower, the petals all pulled around you. And imagine that you breathe in and you smell the sweetest aroma. You know, you've pulled in those petals and you're just completely encircled in this flower. And that smell is so sweet and so clear and makes you feel so peaceful and so grateful. And so imagine that you just really get all cozied up inside that flower and you let yourself relax. Let yourself relax and just feel completely at peace. Now imagine that inside your bubble, inside the flower petals start to slowly open back up and you start to see the radiant rays of the sunrise starting to now come up over the horizon. And you see a beautiful sunrise with rays of light reaching out all the way across the horizon, bringing light to all of the flowers in the field, bringing light to the one flower that you are resting on. And you start to see the sunlight light up and kind of glow on the flower and starts to illuminate this still orb, this bubble of energy that you're being held in. And you start to feel the warmth of the sun, and it rises up higher in the sky. And you feel the warming radiance of the sun, and all the flowers have opened up, have yawned open, and then the bees start to come back, and you hear the little buzzing of bees, and you feel so relaxed. You feel so clear. You feel that you've been completely reset. Now take a deep breath in and breathe in that beautiful, sweet aroma of that wildflower field. And just kind of take a little scan around and just maybe take in that beautiful scene just for another moment. The flowers and the bees and the butterflies, the gentle breeze, the sunshine. And now take another deep breath in. Now breathing in your awareness more from the flower field, more back from this liquid orb of light that has been encircling you, and bring your awareness back into your body. Feeling the air flow in and out with the inhale and exhale. Another deep breath in, bringing your awareness back, fully back and present now into this moment. And another breath in and out, feeling fully anchored and aware, fully embodied in your physical body and in this present moment. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes and you can stretch. And so it is.